There's something in the wake of your smile. I get a notion from the look in your eyes. You've built a love, but that love falls apart. Your little piece of heaven turns to dark. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why, but listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye. Sometimes you wonder if this fight is worthwhile. The precious moments are all lost in the tide. We're swept away, and nothing is what it seems. The feeling of belonging to your dreams. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why, but listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye. That wanna be heard. them goodbye. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart.
Remember that the Supreme Court made the decision, even saying you don't even have to belong to a church as long as you're really sincere and do not believe in war, you can get a full deal.
Then how come Muhammad Ali is having such difficulty?
Well, he just hasn't got the universal life military.
Hello, John.
Wait a
John.
minute. Excuse me, sir. Would you wish to become a minister?
Yes, to be very honest with you, I've got to go down this morning at 11:30. If he can do it for me now, I'll go ahead. I'll send him a check.
Here's the certificate. Ordain him.
I promise. I'll send him a money order. All he got to do it for me now. I got to be down there this morning.
By the power invested in me by the state of California and the Universal Life Church, I ordain you a minister. If you'll come down to the Embassy Auditorium this morning at 10 o'clock, you can pick up the papers.
What time I got to be down there? Where's the Embassy Auditorium?
He said 10 o'clock. Where is it that he has to be?
At the Embassy Auditorium at the office, and I'll be there.
Well, where's the Embassy Auditorium, Doctor?
And I'll go with you.
Where's the Embassy Auditorium?
It's at 8 something. Let me get it here. I'll tell you here.
Is that your Vatican?
I can look
Yeah, no, that's
But look, will you walk over with me to the draft board?
Well, he wants to know if you'll walk with him to the draft board. Will you walk with him to the draft board?
Here it is.
847 South Grand Street, 10 o'clock this morning.
I'll be there. I'll
Zap, you're 4D.
All right, I'll be there. Listen, Doctor, just one other thing, Doctor, please. How much money I got to bring in?
Not anything.
Nothing at all?
Nothing.
See you at 10 o'clock, and God bless you.
I also have an ad in the Los Angeles Times. Get the Los Angeles Times yesterday's paper.
Hi, welcome to CLACCA ULC. I would just like to acknowledge that the land that we're meeting on is of the Gadigal and the Wengal people of the Eora Nation. I pay my respects to the elders, both past and present. Recognise sovereignty, treaty, and social justice has never been ceded. I just fixed that date. So, CLACCA ULC has a few announcements. Firstly, Pride and Protest will be having their annual Mardi Gras on March. CLACCA ULC will be joining the Mardi Gras March that's happening on Fair Day, the February the 18th. February the 18th February the 18th. If you want to know more information in relation to that, check out the Pride and Protest Facebook page for further details in relation to that. The other important announcement is on Tuesday. From 4 to 5:30 p.m. Faith Workers Alliance is having a webinar for faith workers preparing for ordination. that is happening online. And if you want to know further information in relation to that, check out the Faith Workers Alliance Facebook page for further details in relation to that. The other important announcement is Pitt Street Uniting Church are having a Pancake Pride Tuesday on 13th of February 2024 at 6 p.m. from 8 p.m. For further details in relation to that, it's being organised by Equal Voices. For more information in relation to that, contact Pitt Street Uniting Church Facebook page for further details, or Equal Voices Facebook page for further details in relation to that event. The other important announcement is Rainbow Dye had a January morning meditation at Sydney Botanical Gardens that happened from 10 to 12. I pray it went well. For more information in relation to that, check out Rainbow Dye on Facebook page for further details in relation to that. The other important announcement that I've got is probably one of the hardest. The other important announcement is CLACCA ULC is still waiting to hear on our university anti-discrimination complaint. So we got that in by the 12th of January. And so now we're just waiting to hear for a verdict in relation to that. For further details in relation to that, you can contact me on my mobile 0459771520 when as soon as they tell us if they tell us a date in when that will be happening, when that matter will be resolved. We will be announcing that. The other important announcement we've got is Transgender Day of Visibility is happening 31st of March. For more information in relation to that, check out the Pride and Protest Facebook page for further details in relation to that. The other important announcement that we've got, and this is probably one of the hardest ones that I've had to make, is CLACCA ULC is withdrawing from the withdrawing our application from the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras Parade for 2024. And certainly for myself, in 23 years of being involved in Mardi Gras with various different groups, it's the first time I've ever had. I have notified Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras did give us 2 weeks to find a second marshal, but unfortunately a second marshal has not stepped forward. For Mardi Gras entries require 2 marshals. Case of CLACCA ULC, we only had 1, which was me, and logistically it's not possible to pull off a Mardi Gras entry for any group without the 2 marshals, because you need 1 marshal inside for the spot, and you also need a second marshal to go and bring in the people to the Mardi. And logistically, compared to a fair day stall, like it's possible to pull off a fair day stall if you've only got like one and don't have many people. It's possible to pull off that, but if you've only got like one marshal for a Mardi Gras entry, logistically, like it's not possible. Possible for safety reasons. You've got to have two marshals in order to look out for each other. You've got to have the two marshals, one together, people in. The deadline was the 19th of January. The deadline was 19th of January, and while we're grateful that Mardi Gras gave us the 2 weeks extension at this particular stage, nobody has nobody has stepped forward. Like I've asked, and when you're getting told no, when you getting declined from others, and others, it's reached a point where just those volunteers just have not stepped forward. Like we've been holding Mardi Gras, organising meetings, Zoom meetings, every single week since we got notified by Mardi Gras, and the people just didn't turn up to the Mardi Gras entry. This was not an easy decision that CLACCA ULC had to make, and it is with sad news that I personally didn't want to have to notify Mardi Gras, but the reality is that I know that Mardi Gras entry, it can't successfully happen, and it's a standing rule that Mardi Gras have always had, of having the two marshal rule, and a deadline is a deadline. And while we were grateful that Mardi Gras did give us the extension, the reality is that second marshal has not stepped forward. So for CLACCA ULC, we have to withdraw. It's not something that I personally wanted to have to do, but we can, you can keep, like if you continually getting told, if others are continually not available, if people are not turning up to meetings, if people are not volunteering to get the work needing to be done, and it's just me, then the reality is it's not possible to pull it off. And I really wish it wasn't the case, but and like for the life of me, whether it has to do with the fact people are exhausted after World Pride, or whether or not it's because of other individuals' prejudice, or whether it has to do with the uni factor, I don't know. But I personally can't ignore the reality of the situation. That at this point in time, it's not. There's time, despite my best efforts to promote it. There's just for the volunteers just have not stepped forward, and while it may have been and financially, like the funds, apart from the fact that I'd not received my disability pensioner education supplement for over 12 months. Financially, likewise, there'd been no donations. Like we got a few donations. Like we got a $16 donation, at Christmas time, we got another $10 donation from through recycling. Recycling thing, $25 was, it covered the cost of basically 2 t-shirts. And while I was prepared to so financially, while it would have been a struggle, the primary factor is CLACCA ULC not having volunteers, and in terms of like registrations that came through, there was just basically like 2 people that registered, myself and somebody else. It's, as I said, look, it was not an easy decision, and it was an unknown factor at the time when we lodged the application. We had a successful Mardi Gras entry previously, but the difference is that people turned up. People did turn up to the organising meetings, whereas in this particular case, people didn't. For 3 months, I held organising meetings, and people didn't turn up. CLACCA ULC will try again in future. CLACCA ULC will try again in future, but at this particular stage, there was not, for a 2024 entry, the momentum was just not there. So and partly that while there are a number of factors that hindered the promotion of it, that occurred between having to deal with court cases and welfare stuff that CLACCA ULC doesn't do was partly a factor. The other factor being tied up with the university anti-discrimination stuff also probably didn't help. The big factor was volunteers just not turning up. It was, as I said, like this was not a decision that I took in lightly, but the reality is that the 2 things that were missing in order to pull off a Mardi Gras entry, the 2 things that were missing were the volunteers and the finances. So that's the reality. If logistically, like you've got to have 2 marshals for any entry, and the reality for CLACCA ULC is we didn't have the volunteers to pull it off, and I personally hope if we tried, and unfortunately, at this particular stage, will CLACCA ULC be joining a Mardi Gras parade, another Mardi Gras parade entry at this stage? There's a lot of events CLACCA ULC has been invited to in terms of invites to join other Mardi Gras entries. No, there's not really been an official invite by another group to join their entry either. And either. So my hope and prayer is that that may change at a future point in time. Certainly. For next year, we will be applying. We will be going back to just starting off with fair day stalls, and if during the course of fair day stalls, the situation changes, in which people want to do Mardi Gras entries, we can reassess the situation then. But at this particular stage, just for 2024. There is not the momentum. We don't need two marshals to join Pride and Protests. Protest on the streets. We only need to turn up. But yeah, unfortunately, in terms of CLACCA ULC having our own entry, the reality is that the second marshal, a second marshal has not stepped forward, for CLACCA ULC. That's all I wanted to say about that, and I certainly welcome anyone to contact me by phone if you want further details. We will, however, be having open communion, so please remember to get your grape juice and bread, and I'm just going to go to another song, and then I will bring you the message.
Germany, a sleepy little moon at the time.
Cool. So, yeah, this one comes from the beggar rises to his feet, and it comes from one Simeon 16 1 6 to 7 10 to 13 Ephesians 5 8 to 14 1 Samuel 1 Sam 16 to 1 6 to 9 10 to 13 and Ephesians 5 8 to 10, 14 and John 9 1 to 41. And it goes like this: we are approaching Holy Week, the celebration of death and above all the resurrection of the Lord of life. The 9th chapters bring us to one of the most important and best constructed chapters of the Gospel of John, facing a man blind from birth and as a result used to beg to live. Jesus' disciples ask who is responsible for the man's misfortune. Job and Ezekiel, notwithstanding this, was the predominant view at the time. Poverty and disease were punishment for sin. The Lord frees them from such a concept that ties up their hands and prevents them from facing reality. Neither this man nor his parents are responsible for his blindness. Blaming those who are ill or poor means punishing them deeper into their plight. Moreover, it prevents them from making appropriate steps to get out of those situations. This approach is by no means over. We find it among our people who live their suffering as a divine punishment. Sin is a human reality, but we Christians believe in a God eager to forgive. Our God is a God of love, not a God of punishment, which may justify what he rejects, the inhuman conditions in which most of our people are living. By liberating us from this narrow and self-serving interpretation, Jesus reveals to us the God of life and love. Jesus restores sight of the blind who used to sit to beg. To the liberation from a disordered religious perspective, Jesus adds to the elimination of blindness. John gives us a masterful presentation of the harsh polemics that this event brings about. In the course of the discussion, the former blind man affirms himself as a person, and he opens up to belief in the Lord. The leaders of the people try to deny the events by every possible means. Verses 13 to 21. Besides, since the cure takes place on the Sabbath, they claim that the law is not observed. Therefore, what has happened does not come from God, and Jesus is a sinner. The beneficiary of Jesus' gesture approaches the matter differently. Jesus starts with his own experience. I was blind, and now I see. The opponents become hardened and aggressively interrogate the man who has been healed. Seeing them so preoccupied by what has happened, the former blind man sarcastically asks them, do you also want to become his disciples? A change has occurred in this blind beggar who used to spend his days sitting and holding his hand out for alms. Now standing up as their equal, he argues with the people's leaders who are blind to the manifestation of the Messiah. Gradually he understands Jesus better. First he speaks of him as the man, then he begins to see and says that Jesus is a prophet. In verse 17, see also Ephesians 5 8 to 14. The Lord appears on the scene and brings him to full faith. The man whom everyone except Jesus had treated as being insignificant exclaims, Lord, I believe. God chooses this man as he had chosen young David in 1 Samuel 16 to 10 to 13 to manifest the divine deeds. The blind man and those around him are liberated from the concept of a punishing God. Freed from blindness, he grows as a human being, and finally he receives this gift of faith. Reducing the liberation of Jesus to one of those aspects would be cutting it short and impoverishing it. Nothing at all escapes Jesus' love. going to go to I'll Stand By You by the Pretenders, and then we will go to Open Communion.
So sad, the tears are in your eyes. Come on and come to me now. Don't be ashamed to cry. Let me see you through, 'cause I've seen the dark side too. When the night falls on you, you don't know what to do. Nothing you confess could make me love you less. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you. So if you're mad, get mad. Don't hold it all inside. Come on and talk to me now. Hey, what you got to hide? I get angry too. Well, I'm alive like you. When you're standing at the crossroads, don't know which path to choose. Let me come on.
Now it's time come to Open Communion. On the night that Jesus was betrayed, Jesus took a loaf of bread. And Jesus broke it. He said, "This is my body which is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me." Same way, Jesus took the cup after supper and blessed it, saying, "This cup belongs to the new covenant of my blood, which is poured out for you. Do this in remembrance of me." This table doesn't belong to the state. It doesn't belong to any church. It belongs to God, and all are welcome to the table without discrimination. Please come and share in this meal. we're just going to go to another song of praise, and then we'll go to our offering.
Give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I could taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your light. And sooner or later up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I could taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your light. And sooner or later it's over, I just don't want to miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. Tears that ain't coming, all the moment of truth in your lies. When everything feels like the movies, yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken,
So, if you would like to donate to the life of work of CLACCA ULC, you can do so in various ways. You can donate through recycling. You can donate through recycling. CLACCA ULC does do recycling, in which there's an organisation called Return and Earn, and for bottles and cans, they pay 10 cents per bottle or can in Australia. So that's one way. CLACCA ULC does do fundraising, and the other way that CLACCA does fundraising is through direct debit. Which you can make a direct donation to CLACCA ULC via our bank account, which is located at St George Bank, and it's CLACCA ULC's Fighting Fund, and you can do so by CLACCA ULC Sydney, BSB 112879 495 470 290. We do have a PayPal address that you can also donate to at paypal.me /CLACCA ULC Sydney, or you can also send donations to our mailing address. You can also send donations to CLACCA ULC Sydney's mailing address at 36/7 Carhill Place, Marrickville. That's 36/7 Carhill Place, Marrickville. More importantly, we also rely on, to keep CLACCA ULC going, we rely on both volunteers as well as your financial support. Otherwise, primarily it comes out of my it comes out of my disability support pension, because I do not get paid any wages. We're now going to go to our final song of praise, which is Keepers of the Earth, and then we will go out to our final message.
The herons and rhinoceros.
For they lose their hope when we careless and float. A land with trash and with wasted heads. Keepers of the earth, yes we are. Keepers of the night, land and sea. Guarding our forest, saving our planet.
and the cleanest breeze. But we ruin it all when we burn so much fuel.
Let's save the hills, mountains and plains and lakes. Plant a tree, recycle waste, go green. Keepers of the earth, yes we are. Keepers of the land, land and sea. Guarding the forest, saving our planet. Keepers of the earth, yes we are.
Plant more trees, use go green, clean our seas, create a safer earth. Plant more trees, use go green, clean our seas, create a safer earth.
Keepers of the earth, yes we are. Keepers of the night, land and sea. Guarding our forests, saving our planet. Keepers of the earth, yes we are. Keepers of the earth, yes we are. Keepers of the night, land and sea. Guarding our forests, saving our planet. Keepers of the earth, yes we are. Yes we are. This is Operation Save the Planet. Stop polluting the environment. The forest provides shelter and food for many animals, insects and bugs. If we keep cutting down trees, the world might soon become a desert without life. Save the forest.
That's all from CLACCA ULC for this Sunday. Please join us for CLACCA ULC from 5 p.m. Every Sunday. That's all for now. God bless. This is Rev Comrade Rowley. While it's disappointing that CLACCA ULC has to withdraw due to not having a second marshal, our hope and prayer is that at another future time, CLACCA ULC will be able to march again. Again, CLACCA ULC does support Mardi Gras, still believes Mardi Gras is a protest and always will. But for CLACCA ULC, I have an itch. For CLACCA ULC, yeah, and while we will continue to protest on the streets for transgender rights, and you know that's and outside of Mardi Gras, what we do like about is that there's no restrictions on how many people and it's how many people can turn up for a protest, and there's also it doesn't cost money to join protests outside of Mardi Gras, because we're fighting for our transgender rights, and it's certainly I, as a transgender person, I am certainly still fighting for my rights, and rights and to end discrimination. And it's certainly something that CLACCA ULC will always stand by. But by my hope and prayer is that by 2025 the situation may change, in which CLACCA ULC we'll have both the volunteers as well as the financial resources to be able to march again. That's all for now. God bless, and see you next week. Bye for now.